Hey everyone, welcome back to the place we're testing every single glove we can get our hands on. Today we got our hands on some Target gloves. This is the Up and Up brand by Target. It's such a tiny, cute little box. Look at it, they fit 50 gloves in this little thing. Can you believe that? I can't. I love how like retail brands always do weird sizes like of their box. Like this is our box. This is like the medical size that you'd see in a doctor's office. Theirs is just like this tiny, compact, cute little box. It is a very nice box, very nicely designed. I love the Up and Up brand, but is it going to pass our test? Let's see. Let's get on over to Tara, if that's your real name, and let's open it up and take out one of these to test. So this particular brand, this particular run of Up and Up, Target's brand, I believe is made in China, and China. Interestingly enough, just started making gloves. I mean, relatively speaking, like Malaysia has been making gloves for generations and like 100 years. And China just started during the pandemic. They didn't have the facility. So when we see gloves fail tests, a lot of times they are from China, just because they don't have the expertise. It's very hard to just start doing those. You start getting this stuff right. Let's talk about this box for a second. Single use. It does say medical grade, so that's why we're testing it here today, fits either hand. Saying medical grade means that it needs to pass the standards that this machine tests. Now there are hundreds of other tests that medical grade gloves are tested for. We're just doing one today because it's a quick and easy stretch test. There is the dog bone, that's the sample. My buddy Chris here is going to be putting it on the machine. I'm not seeing the manufacture date. Now one thing I will say, it is likely, since it came from China, probably came on a boat, that these are more than 6 months old. If it's more than 6 months old, technicality here is it only has to meet 400% elongation. And so a lot of the, but I wouldn't be surprised if it hits that. You think it's on the lot number?
It is. It's structured as a year and month.
Oh, well look at you guys. It's like you're professionals and I'm just some joker in a jacket. Okay, he's right. You're right, actually. So this is relatively new. 23, and then the 4 we think is the month. So April 23. This is a brand new glove. Well, let's do this then. I'm very excited to see how this goes. Target's a great brand. Up and Up is a great brand. They make good stuff. Usually we can test it or trust it. But I am curious that it's China. Notice that the Costco brand, they chose to use Malaysia to make their gloves, which is typically, they've been making this stuff for generations. So once again, to meet standards in the United States for medical grade, which this is claiming, and this is a brand new glove. It was made just a couple months ago. It has to hit this 500% or better. Note, only 1, 2, 3 gloves of all the gloves we've tested today have met that standard. And all of those were 510K gloves. This is not a 510K. What is that? That is the FDA's kind of like checky boxy version. Now it is actually doing pretty well. It's a little bit below half. Which is where we want it to see. We don't want to see it to get too high too quickly. You get hit too high too quickly, you'll end up at Burger King before lunch. It's not a good idea. All right. And it did break at 400, so it did not meet the standards. And actually, the tensile strength is really low, 17.66. 17.66 was the tensile strength on that. It has to be at least 14, so that's very low. And the elongation was only 400. I would say that if Target switches to either a Malaysian or American-based supplier, probably better for their brand, just because there's just more higher terms of quality coming from those countries. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I always appreciate your time and attention, and I will catch you on the next test.